Sip Raju, Sip Sudeep, Sip Sangam, Sip Ashok Chotwani, Sip Rais, Sip Bliko, Sip Kumar Swami, Sip Rajan, Sip Mrs. Sadhwani, Sip Roop, Sip Paratiyama, Sip Michanani, Miss Michanani, Sip Yogini, Sip Bliss, Sip Kundan, Sip Lakshmi, Sip Motkuranand, Sip Eru, Sip Girish, Sip Harshal. Welcome to this call. And today a very interesting subject. Are you in charge? Today's subject is very interesting because if you are on the journey of enlightenment, then the question that comes is, are you in charge? Because if you're not in charge, then where is the question of you being enlightened? How will you be enlightened? It is not possible, right? Because somebody else is in the driver's seat. Anybody, it may be anybody, somebody very dear to you or to me. So the question I'm asking you today, are you in charge? Are you in charge? Ashok Nichani, are you in charge? Are you a master of your life? Are you a puppet with the strings in somebody else's hand? So one of the favorite things I always ask you is, are you the boss? And I could not get the right verse, but last night in my sleep, I got it. What is it? Earlier, I used to tell you, are you the horse? No, you're not. You are not the horse. So what is the way you have to answer this question? It's like this. Please learn it today. Are you the boss? Are you the boss? Or are you on a horse? Are you the boss or are you on a horse? In this case, it may be your mind. It may be a person. Fences, farces, faces, horses. When you're not in charge, who's in charge? Fences. Fences means limitations. Farces. Farce means myth, lies, fairy tales. Fences, farces, forces. Can be any force. And faces, a face. Somebody's face is in charge. There are limitations. So today I'm asking, I believe Murugaraj wants to ask something or say something. Let us start. Murugaraj? Murugaraj, are you by mistake you put your hand up or what? Okay, can we have others to start, please? Who would like to start? Are you, and tell me, are you in charge or no? Nothing else. I want to know from each one of you. Are you in charge? How much are you in charge? 50%, 40%, 60%? Somebody is in charge 99%. Are you charged 99%? I want to know. Haru Mataji, are you in charge?
Guruji, yes, of course, but I don't know how much percent.
So one of the things I must tell you all, the moment you say yes, but it means you are not in charge. You must never say
not 100%.
Yes.
Not 100%.
That's a good answer. I like the honest answer.
Sure,
So Rumataji says, I am in charge, but not 100%. Ashok Nichani. And then Vivek, I'm coming to you. Ashok Nichani.
No, Sirji, I'm not in charge.
Very good. I like your honesty. Would you like to say who's in charge or that's a secret?
The divine, Sirji. We are all
not a good answer. That is not the answer we are seeking today. If the divine is in charge, then you are in charge. Ashok, that means aapne galat answer diya.
Sirji, we are in charge.
One minute.
With his energy.
If the divine is in charge and you are the divine, then you are in charge.
But we are in charge with the divine energy, not with our mind energy.
Sometimes, you know, I asked a lady, she said, I'm not in charge. So I asked her, is it your husband? She said, no. I said, is it your boyfriend? She said, no. How dare you tell me that? No, I have no boyfriend. I'm a husband. I have no boyfriend. I asked, is it your mother, your father, your son, your daughter, your neighbor, your friend? No. I said, who's in charge? You know, Ashok Nichani, what she told me? She said, my dog. She said, my dog controls. If my dog says go out, I go out. If my dog says go in, I go in. If my dog doesn't travel, I don't travel. If I'm a slave of my dog. My dog is in charge of my life. So my dear friends, we should not give over the strings to somebody who ties our wings. Remember this quote: don't give away your strings to somebody who ties your wings.
Wings.
For this misery brings. Don't give away your strings to somebody who ties your wings, for this misery brings. As I talk to you, I get poetry. I look at you and I get poetry coming out.
Good
So let
rhyming.
us now, let us get going. We have got Vivek, Bliss, Bliko. Vivek.
शिवम है।
Yeah.
हाँ सर जी, क्या कहते हैं, मेरा तो बिल्कुल भी कोई चार्ज नहीं है उस पे। मैं थोड़ा बहुत प्रोग्रेस कर रहा हूँ, अब तो उतना भी नहीं हो पा रहा। मेरे को बहुत ज्यादा बुरा लग रहा है कि मैं
क्या
मतलब
बुरा लग
पहले
रहा है?
कि मतलब इस मार्ग पे पहले थोड़ा ठीक ठाक चल पा रहा था, पर अब मैं दोबारा ये संसार की तरफ, दोस्तों की तरफ, खान पीन और प्लेजर्स में ज्यादा डूब रहा हूँ। और मुझे बहुत ज्यादा बुरा लग रहा है, मैं चाहते हुए भी बहुत ज्यादा कंट्रोल नहीं कर पा रहा।
क्यों
मैं
नहीं कंट्रोल पा रहा है? क्या प्रॉब्लम?
डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो ही जा रहा हूँ, कुछ ना कुछ
क्यों?
दिक्कत हो रही है।
Why?
माइंड कंट्रोल कर ही ले रहा है। पहले खाना
That
पीना,
means who's in charge? Mind is in charge.
हाँ जी, और मैं बहुत ज्यादा परेशान हूँ। ये बात मैं आपसे कहने भी वाला था, पर हाँ जी, खुद ही टॉपिक आ गया।
See, Vivek,
प्रोग्रेस नहीं हो पा रही बिल्कुल, और बहुत
of
ज्यादा
course.
बुरा लग रहा है।
So, let me ask you, let me tell you a question.
हम्म,
If I am sitting in a car
हम्म,
and I give over the charge to my GPS.
हम्म,
I give over the charge of my life to my GPS.
हम्म,
And the GPS is going in the wrong direction.
हम्म,
Suppose the GPS is going in the wrong direction.
हम्म,
Where will I reach?
गलत जगह पहुंचेंगे।
I'll reach the wrong destination.
हाँ जी,
Because I have given over the charge of my life to a GPS.
हाँ जी,
Now, that global positioning system, that GPS must be correctly programmed, right? I must program it correctly for it to reach the right destination. So what I'm trying to tell you, suppose I give over the charge of my life to a taxi driver, and I tell if I tell the driver, take me to airport. Yesterday, I like the example. I think I told this is now become a favorite example because thanks to Gautam. If I tell the driver, chalo, airport chalo, after 1 hour I see he has taken me to railway station. I'm finished, I'm lost. Now I cannot reach the airport because he has taken me to railway station. I was so busy on the call, I was speaking to somebody. My life is over. My dear friends, today's subject is very spiritual. Are you in charge of your life? If your mind is in charge, if your pleasures are in charge, if people are in charge, if somebody is in charge, nobody should be in charge. I should not be in charge of your life, and you should be in charge of your life. Today I am where I am today because I'm in charge. I'm in charge, my dear friends. I am in charge. Are you in charge? That's my question to you today. If you want to reach the journey of liberation, unification, I'm not telling you don't take opinions. Take opinion, but be in charge. Very often we are influenced by wrong opinions because we become a slave up to the time we reach our grave. And you become a slave. No, sorry. This should not be the way. Bliss and then Bliko. Bliss.
Hi, Shwam dear.
Shivam, Bliss. Are you in charge? Is that your question or
Sometimes.
you have something else?
Sometimes, yes, but sometimes it's not me. It's my karma or SIP. I don't know. But you understand what I say?
No, I don't. Because
No?
Because if karma is happening, then you're in charge because you know it's karma, then you're in charge. Please understand, if karma is happening, then you're in charge because you accept the karma. You don't accept the karma, then you're not in charge.
I look past the karma.
You don't accept karma?
No, not really.
Then
I
you're not-
observe.
You get upset? You get angry?
Sometimes no. Sometimes no.
Okay. So, my dear my dear Bliss, it is very important that we must accept. If you are in charge, learn to live with acceptance. If you're in
Yes.
charge, learn to live with surrender. Today, our dear
Yes.
Chidanand, I hope you're doing well, Chidanand. He is going through some treatment. Sudeep Bhargava had a surgery. You have to accept. If Sudeep Bhargava goes on crying and shouting and screaming, and Chidanand goes on complaining that, oh my God, what type of God you are, I pray so much to you and you are doing this to me. Today, Chidanand is living in Sat Chit Anand. And Sudeep Bhargava is living so beautifully. He says, my leg has a fracture. He has an ankle fracture, if I'm not mistaken. Sudeep's ankle had an accident and it has fracture. He had a surgery.
Oh.
But he said,
Hope
I'm
he
okay.
gets well soon.
Yeah. He's well. His ankle has a problem. Please understand, he's okay. His ankle has a problem. And his ankle doesn't have ears. You cannot talk to his ankle. So you do not worry. So Sudeep is fine. Sudeep, you want to say something after Bliko? You can tell us. First Bliko and then Sudeep. Yes, Bliko.
Shivam,
Shivam.
everybody. So you actually, I was about to speak and you take my words. Some of this, so it looks like, I was thinking that I am in charge of my my life, and I'm lucky that I got the right GPS in this call. I got the right GPS. So I am no doubt, I'm 100% sure I'm on the highway of my enlightenment. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me. Nobody can distract me because I am in charge. I can compromise on any other thing except my spiritual goal.
So getting right GPS is very, very important. Yes. Getting the right GPS is very, very important. If you have the right GPS, your life is set. Remember that. So who's your GPS, may I ask?
My GPS is you. And I read scriptures, so I believe in scriptures and Upanishads. They are also giving you right direction, and they help in many ways to overcome and monitor the biggest enemy, which is already with me, which is my mind.
See,
so if I control that, then I have no other obstacles.
So I was telling Darcy the other day. Darcy was asking me, and I was telling Darcy, I think it was Darcy and somebody else. Two people asked me the question. If you have two GPS,
then problem.
And the two GPS are giving you different directions. When I was driving, you know, Bliko, I was in Iceland. You know, I was in Iceland, right, for 10 days. In Iceland, you need GPS. Without GPS, you are lost because you can drive. There's only one main road in Iceland. But sometimes I want to go to a supermarket. I put two GPS, the car GPS and my mobile GPS. And the car GPS says in 100 meters, turn right. And the mobile GPS says in 150 meters, turn left. Now what do? The car GPS says in 100 meters, turn right. In the mobile GPS says 150 meters, turn left. You know what? One of the GPS was wrong.
Yes.
Because it was taking me to a supermarket that was shut down. And the other GPS was right. It was taking me to the supermarket that was open. Now, I went to the wrong supermarket. There was no supermarket there. It had closed 6 months back. And I then turned and went to the right GPS. And when I reached the supermarket, they said, we closed 1 minute back. So both the supermarkets closed. One because of wrong GPS, and second also because of that wrong GPS. So GPS is very important. Moral of the story, GPS is your key. If GPS is right, you are right. If GPS is not right, big problem. Okay, so with that note, let me ask who else wants to speak. Sudeep, you want to say something about, are you in charge of your life with your ankle fracture? Sudeep Bhargava, and who else wants to ask questions? Sudeep.
Yeah, Shivam sir.
Shivam, Sudeep.
So I would like to share with all you and the other people the experience that I went through when that injury had hit me.
Yeah.
So Ruchi was not there at home. She had just left and she gave me a task to clean the fan or something. So as she was going, I was listening to some spiritual videos. So once a particular portion got over, I thought, okay, let me just pause the video and let me clean the fan before she comes back. So I went on a high stool and I was cleaning the fan, and then I slipped from that stool and I fell down. When I fell down, I could hear a cutter in the bone. So I knew that something has happened.
Okay.
But to my surprise, I mean, 2 or 3 years back, I wouldn't have expected me to do this. I told myself, okay, now the fracture has taken place. So let's sit down calmly, call back Ruchi. I just sent her a message, I've got a fracture, come back.
Okay.
And I started watching the video again. So I was so surprised. Even now it surprises me. Boss, mere fracture hua tha, and only thing I did was to call her back. And then again, I started watching the video. So at that time, I believe that I was in control, because I could sense that, okay, something has went wrong. I cannot do anything about it. Best is call her back so that something can be done. Maybe she can give me a cold something pack or something. But on the contrary, what happened today when I woke up in the afternoon, just for a few seconds, I thought, "Arey yaar, ab 3 hafta, 1 month, maybe I'll have to stay in the same room, same bed. I cannot move." Some sort of depression came in just for a few seconds. But the moment that happened, I just switched on your bhajans and I said that, okay, fine, good enough. Let me spend all these 4 weeks in bhajan itself. Let me hear all the bhajans once again. So your bhajans again brought me back to the track.
No, maybe the 4 weeks is supposed to be a time for you to retreat and introspect.
Right,
and the
right.
4 weeks,
And that's how I'm taking it.
oh, you don't know. This is you're forced. Please go take these 4 weeks as a talash.
Yes.
So take these
that's
4
what I'm
weeks
going to do.
as God's gift to you. You would never be in a bed in 4 weeks unless God wished this to happen to you. Take it in the right perspective.
That's true. Sure.
But look at Sudeep's attitude, my dear friend. This is an attitude of a jigyasu, a gyani, somebody on the path. Otherwise, somebody who has an ankle fracture, it's not a joke for your ankle. You know how much it pains for an ankle to be fractured? You have to understand. Of course, when you are not in charge, then you have to clean the fans. So I don't know whether you are in charge or it is part of your sharing of responsibilities. So sometimes, it's very, we have to take charge of our life. My dear friends, our life is a unique gift to us. And sometimes we try to please people. I had this problem. I used to please others. And when you go on trying to please others, and it takes you away from your mission or your passion or your obsession, then you suffer. It is very important for you to be in command. That's why the question, are you the boss or are you on a horse? If you're on a horse, somebody asks you, where are you going? Ask the horse. I'm on a horse. No, be the boss. Don't be on a horse. Be the boss. Because if you make your mind the horse, it will be a monkey that will make you a donkey. So be careful. Chidanand, welcome. Chidanand is an action from, I hope you're back home, Chidanand, or you're still recovering in bed. Guruji, very true, Guruji, your personal guidance mastered to be in charge even when the body was undergoing the fulfillment of its karma. So Chidanand believes that he had to go through certain treatment of his body because of karma, and he accepted. He was in Africa, and from Africa he came back. And so imagine coming back unwell from Africa to India. It's a long flight, not easy. And now he says he's fine. Chidanand, as soon as you are better, you should come online and tell us how you're feeling, audio or video. I know that it may not be possible at all the time, but whenever you are good, Chidanand, please come online and tell us how you're feeling. We would like to hear you. Because each one who is a spiritual aspirant, they can fight problems. Have I told you how to fight problems? Sudeep and Chidanand, you know how I fight problems? It's very simple. Face it. Face it, fight it, finish it. Face it, fight it, finish it. Thank you, Chidanand. Tomorrow you will be online. So Chidanand will be online tomorrow and we look forward to him. Next question. Are you in charge? Who is in charge? Tell me you're in charge. I want to hear somebody who is in charge. And I want to hear somebody who is not in charge. I want to hear both. And somebody tells me, मैं क्या करूं, मेरा बाप है, मेरा father है. Somebody tells me, मैं क्या करूं, मेरी बीवी है, मेरा पत्नी है, my husband. No. So, are you in charge? I want to know. Are you not in charge? I want to know. That's why all the Swamis, they decided to be solo. When you're solo, then you have nobody. But not everybody can be solo. Ashok Chotwani is easy to be solo, very difficult to be solo. Because you have to leave everybody. To leave everybody is not easy. Then you feel lonely. Vivek.
हाँ, यार क्या कहते हैं, मेरे को पता तो रहता है क्या कहते हैं मैं कुछ कर रहा हूँ वो गलत है, मैं होश में भी रहता हूँ, पर मैं खुद को रोक नहीं पाता उन चीजों में शामिल होने से या करने से। तो मुझे कुछ ऐसा बताइए जो मेरे को रहे कि हाँ कि ये गलत है, ये करना ही नहीं है, वो चीज मुझे कंट्रोल ना कर पाए, मतलब मैं होश में रहते हुए भी नहीं रोक पाता।
Because you're a puppet. Because you're a puppet. आपने अपने जीवन के धागे जो है, स्ट्रिंग जो है, किसी और के हाथ में दिया है। Maybe your mind, maybe it is your mind, maybe it is your senses. I don't know. So it is something that has taken away your whatever you're in command of your life. So you need to be in command, but you lost command.
मैं क्या करूं? मैं क्या करूं इसके लिए जो मैं विजुअली मना कर सकूं? नहीं,
आप मानते हैं कि आपको अपना जीवन का आपको अपना जीवन, अपने लगाम आपके हाथ में होना चाहिए। What did Krishna say in the Bhagavad Gita?
हाँ, कि अपने इंद्रियों की लगाम अपने हाथ में रखें।
कृष्णा ने भगवत गीता में कहा है कि हमारे रथ, जीवन के रथ में 5 घोड़े।
हाँ जी।
ये 5 घोड़े में जो लगाम है वो मन के हाथ में है।
हाँ जी।
और जो लगाम है वो सारथी के हाथ में है, जो रथ चला रहा है। आप रथ चला रहे हैं, लेकिन आपके हाथ में लगाम नहीं है।
हाँ जी।
I hope you understand. Those who are for the sake of bliss, our life chariot has got 5 horses. The 5 horses are the 5 senses, and then the 5 senses controlled by the mind. We have to control the mind to control the senses. But if we don't, then our life is going in a direction where the horses are driving, and we go crazy. We go crazy. So, Vivek, you have to take charge. Ashok Chotwani.
Sip air, sir.
Sure, bolo, sip, Ashok, bolo.
Yeah. Sorry, actually, definitely I am in the charge of in charge on the path of enlightenment, but still I have not achieved 100%. Sometimes due to mind, I slip.
That means you are sometimes in charge.
Yeah, not 100%. Yes, sir.
So, when you are sometimes in charge, and sometimes you're not in charge, every time you're not in charge, I think Rekha Parwani told you this, did she? Who said this? 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Somebody told yesterday in the call. I don't know. I think it was Rekha Parwani. So every time you're in charge, you go 1 step forward. And every time you're not in charge, you go 2 steps back. So my dear friends, it's up to you. It's your life. I can't live your life. Can I live your life? I can't. I can tell you. Ashok Chotwani, Vivek, I can tell you. Bliko, I can guide you. I can be your GPS. But if you switch me off, if you take the GPS and you switch off the GPS, then how the GPS will work? The GPS won't work. So for the GPS to work, you have to charge it. You have to charge the GPS. If the GPS is dead, then you are going to be in the wrong, then there'll be no GPS.
But sir, yeah. As per my calculation, I have achieved at least 50%, sir.
So you tell me, Ashok, 50% enlightenment is enough for nirvana, for moksha?
No, but I am moving forward, sir. Day by day, I am moving forward, sir.
How much time you have, Ashok?
Regarding, sir?
To be enlightened and to be liberated and to be in the state of moksha, how much time do we have?
No, there is no time limit, sir. I can enlighten within few hours also.
No. Suppose you don't, suppose I don't achieve enlightenment today, and I say I will achieve after 5 years. Am I sure I have 5 years time to achieve enlightenment?
No, there is no time limit, sir, for enlightenment. And
no, you have to achieve enlightenment today.
Yeah.
You have to try to achieve that state of liberation today.
Yeah. Sir, that's why I have reduced my MTR, sir. I
Very
have
good.
reduced the NDR level. Yeah, yeah.
My dear friends, and thank you, Ashok, for bringing a very good perspective to today's discussion. My dear friends, do we have any doubt that people on this group, they are moving towards enlightenment? Let me pick names. I see Pankaj coming every day. 1, Samatma 2, Akpatra 3, Sudeep Bhargava 4, Ashok Chotwani 5, Bliko 6, Kumar Swami 7, Rajan 8, Paratyama 9. I even see Mrs. Mirchandani every day coming. 10, Yogin 11, Bliss 12, Girish 13, Ashok Nichani 14, Dhruv Mataji 15, Rekha Parwani 16, Motkula Anand 17, Leena Anand who's not there 18, Eru 19, Dasi Budrani 20. I see Chidanand 21, Sangam Gupta 22, and I can go on. There's Rai, there's Kundan. They are, even though they are not on the call, there are people on this on the Vivek, Gautam. There are people, Hitkari ji, on this call. Karan, Monk, Rohit, Jyotri. I can tell you there are so many people on this call. Yoga Narsiman. Everybody, Shunya, is coming on this call every day. Swati Subramaniam, she is newly on this call. My dear friends, there are many people who are on this call who are on the journey of enlightenment. But if this is your last day and you have not got that spark, that they call it epiphany. Epiphany means that spark, that ting tong. If you are still a caterpillar, if you have not opened your wings to fly like a butterfly, then you will be reborn as a caterpillar. You have to fly with wings, cutting the strings. If you are not in charge and your wings are tied by strings, oh no, I want enlightenment, but my wing, I'm tied here, but I'm tied here. If you're tied, then you're not liberated. You have to break free. And what is my life? Learn from example. What am I living? Can you live like how I live? I live as a karma yogi. From morning to night. I'm the happiest man in the world. It's not that I don't eat good food. Today also I had my favorite. I had MTR dosa. I had masala dosa, plain dosa, rava idli. I enjoyed every aspect as a prasadam from the divine. It's not that I have given up eating my favorite dosa. Dosa is my favorite. But I'm not a slave to dosa. I can eat paratha. Yesterday I ate paratha, I had puri, I had bhatura, no problem. You can eat what you want, but be in yoga. Don't be in bhoga. If you are connected to somebody or something which is not yoga, then you get caught in bhoga. This is dangerous part. So I disconnect from bhoga. If anybody takes me into bhoga, I say sorry. Why I told Rekha Parwani, good, she has given up unnecessary functions. Yesterday she told, why? Not because I'm not a crack guy. I'm not a crazy guy. I don't want you all to enjoy. But the moment I told Dasi Budrani, the moment you go to a party and you're sitting with people and they're holding a drink in their hand and they're talking about how many millions they made and how many carat ring diamond they bought for their wife, you're in bhoga. I told a friend of mine, okay, you go on watching movies. Every day you watch a 3-hour movie. What do you get? No, you see, but in my house, they watch a movie. So in my house, if they're watching a movie, I also want to watch a movie. Fine. But the 3 hours takes you into bhoga. It's up to you. If you're in charge, I also watch 3 hours, but I watch beautiful, beautiful stories. I watch beautiful videos. I'm telling you, I'm the happiest man in the world. And I wish you can be. And I'm the happiest man without being a slave to pleasures, to possessions, to people. I have so much money, I don't know how much money I have, but I don't even use 1% of my money to be happy. I don't even use 1%. But I do things, for example, we have distributed 20,000 books to people. We have distributed 20,000 books because that is the life of a karma yogi. You're living the life of, and I want to teach you all of you, I give the names. I want a question. I want each one of you to be liberated. I want each of you to attain a state of mukti. I want you to be free from this world of myth, of ignorance. You know, some of you, I feel bad. You're listening to Swamis and Gurus and videos of people who are taking you in the opposite direction. I don't want to give names, but there are people who are guiding you and you're going in the opposite direction. Then I find it, I struggle to help you, because some Guru and some Swami seems to be very branded and very world famous, but they're taking you in the opposite direction. Instead of telling you to quieten the mind, they teach you how to eat Karelas. They talk about how Karelas are good for health. No, Karela may be good for the body, na? But I don't tell you what to, I don't talk about the body, the mind, and the ego, because you are not that. And I wish you all don't get carried away by people. Whoever that person. That's why today's subject, are you in charge? Are you the boss? Or are you on a horse? Some people said, I'm on a ghoda, but thoda thoda. Somebody told me, I'm on a ghoda, but thoda thoda. Then I come back to you and I want to be with you because I want to be divine. I want to be in enlightenment. But then afterwards, I go on a ghoda, thoda thoda. Then I come back. Fine, no problem. But remember, even if you're on the ghoda, be in yoga. Dhyana yoga, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, prema yoga. You must be in that state, because that will take you to a new direction. Today I wrote a new song. Today I'll be singing a new song. I don't think you heard that. You all are still on that old song. Tu meri zindagi hai. There's another song. And today's song, today's bhajans are tonight's bhajan with those of you who are not logging on to Shivoham Shiva Temple Facebook. I think that's how you get to the bhajan program. Every Monday night at 10:45, I sing for 1 hour on the Facebook page of Shivoham Shiva Temple. And today there is a new song that I'm hoping to sing, and I hope that will take you all to a level. But all this is about being in charge, my dear friends. And if you're not in charge, I'm telling you, then you are completely lost. So we have something written by, I would like to read what this Shunya said. So today's song, for those of you who are on the Zoom, you know what the song is today's? I don't know whether you have you heard this song? I don't know if you've heard this song. The song says, तू ही तो मेरा सब कुछ, तू ही तो मेरी जान है, तुम बिन मैं क्या, ओ पिया मैं कुछ भी ना, तू ही तो मेरा सब कुछ, तू ही तो मेरी जान है, तुम बिन मैं क्या, ओ पिया मैं कुछ भी ना. Do you enjoy the divinity that I enjoy? Do you enjoy the bliss, my dear friends? So today the Facebook page is pasted for your convenience. I hope you will try to log in and watch it either today, or you can watch it when it's there on Facebook anytime. So Shunya is asking me a question, and I'd like to address that question before we close. I left a job which was a threat to my freedom and my being in charge of my life. My boss explained to me available all the time, leaving me exhausted and no control of my life. How to manage in situations like this? You did a good thing. If your boss was treating you like a slave and giving you no time, you left the job. First of all, you did the right thing. Every employee is like that, and working is important to live a decent life, but I'm not ready to give control of my life to anyone else. What is your advice to people like in this situation? Take up a job that is linked to spirituality. Take up a job that is linked to doing work in books, in bhajans, in whatever, any organization that can give you spiritual work. You Google, if you want, Shunya, I can give you 20 different keywords. Somebody who's working with self-realization, enlightenment, meditation, mindfulness, consciousness, anybody who, there are many organizations. Why don't you find a work which is spiritual. So many people work with us, and they work with us, and they are fulfilling lives because they are doing work and they get paid, but they are working in spirituality. So Shunya, try to find a job which has Shunya pressure. Shunya means zero, right? Zero pressure. And I like your name, Shunya. Shunya means, nothing. And when you realize you are nothing, you become everything. So Atmatray. Thank you, Shunya. Atmatray.
Sure, sir.
Sure.
Sir, I want to ask, senses pulls the mind or mind guides to the senses?
Okay. Senses pull the mind or the mind guides pull the senses. What do you think, Atmatray? Suppose my eye sees something.
Okay.
Then eye sees and the mind triggers. Then the senses are controlling the mind, correct?
Correct.
But suppose the mind thinks, I want to eat tandoori chicken. And then the tongue says, and the senses crave for tandoori chicken. Now the mind gave the thought to the senses, and the senses got, so it is both ways. The senses can trigger the mind can trigger the senses. It all depends on case-to-case basis. Both are bad.
Okay.
That's why it's called Sama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana. It is in the Upanishads, it's given Shat Shampat. Shat Shampat means the 6 virtues. The 6 virtues, Atmatray. The first is Sama, control of the mind. Second is Dama, control of the senses. Third is Uparati. Uparati means withdrawal, like a tortoise. Like a tortoise, when the enemy comes, the tortoise sees outside like that. And it goes back into the shell. We have to learn from the tortoise. Why God made tortoise? For us to learn, we can go back into our shell of consciousness. Sama, Dama, Uparati. Titiksha. Titiksha means forbearance. Titiksha means somebody said something. So many people tell me something. Does it affect me? It doesn't affect me. This is called titiksha. Titiksha means returning good for evil. Somebody is evil to you, you say, Namaskar. Somebody is bad to you, say Namaskar. Forbearance. Sama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, faith. And Samadhan, equipoise, silence. These are the 6 virtues in the Upanishads. That is, if you want the 4, they call it the 4 doors of liberation. Vivek, Vairagya, Shampat, Mumukshut. Some things, my dear friends, if you have to study all the scriptures, you will spend your full life and you will not reach it. That's why I tell you, don't study. I will give it to you in summary form. I will give it to you in simple words. I teach you these 4 words. To learn these 4 words, if you go to Viveka Chudamani, you will spend 3 years minimum to understand. I teach you the Mahavakyas of the Upanishads. Tattvamasi, Ayamatma, Brahma, Prajnanam Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi. If you try to learn this from the Upanishads, guaranteed 5 years. I try to teach you all in 5 days. So Atmatray, the answer to your question, the mind can control the senses can control the mind, both ways. Last question anybody wants to ask me before I close today's session. Rekha Parvani and Bliko. I think 2 questions. Quickly. Rekha Parvani.
Shivam,
Sure.
I just want to say I'm in charge with my bhajans, bhakti.
Very good. So Rekha says I'm in charge and bhakti controls my life, my bhajans. Yes, bhajans control my life. Right. So today there are 5 new bhajans. 5 bhajans I'm singing on only one thing. Oh divine, you are my everything. How many of you are blessed to be able to live with this feeling? Oh divine, you are my everything. Oh divine, you are my everything. It is such a state of ananda. It is such a state of nirvana. But you want, oh divine, you are my everything, but I want Pani Puri. Oh divine, you are my everything, but I will just go to PVR theater and come today. Oh, divine, you are my everything, but I will just go shopping in a mall and I will tell you TV tomorrow. No, you say, oh, divine, you are my everything. You take me wherever you want. You take me to movie, you take me to mall, you take me to biryani, you take me to pakoda, you take me anywhere. But you don't break the yoga. My goal with all of you, that's why our dear Kavita, every hour she sends me a message. And Yogini, I don't know whether she still tying the, Yogini, are you tying the thing, Yogini? Yogini is holding the white handkerchief. I'll keep on asking you. Don't think I'll forget.
We are always grateful to you
Why are you grateful to me? What did I do?
because you are the one who showed me the way to
I may show you the way.
think of what.
I may show you the way. But it is for you to pray. And it is for you to be in the right mode.
Yes, I am in the right charge. Now I have taken up charge.
Okay. So this is good. Bliko, do you want to say something today, Bliko, or tomorrow? So my dear friends, let me close with this mode. Remember this most important statement of my life. Are you in charge? Your life is yours. You came alone, you will go alone. Don't cling to anything. Don't cling to anybody because you cannot go with anybody. You are not the body that you appear to be. You are the spark of unique life. SOUL. Realize this and don't be on the horse. Be the boss. If you're the boss, you will attain mukti, liberation, nirvana, moksha. I bow down to you.